Hi, this is Ilma Art Studios photograph for today. That is a highway scene from one of the parks in Orangeville. Hi, check my website at ilmaarts.com for more artworks and photographs. Today I'd like to share Psalm 108 verses 12 to 13. It says, "Oh, please help us against our enemies, for all human help is useless. With God's help, we will do mighty things, for He will trample down our foes." Here's my poem. God's might. Do you rely on your own strength to fight enemies? Remember that you are only human and have frailties. Whenever you feel compromised and defeated, run to God, for He will help you as you are being tempted. With God's help, we will do mighty things and overcome. On our own, we will fail, so why not run to Christ, His Son? He is a God who can do the impossible and improbable. He has power and might beyond what humans can be capable. Here's my essay. I remember how Julie Andrews impressed and influenced me to look up to governesses and teachers in the Sound of Music movie. I was 6 years old, and that was my very first big screen movie. In about the same year, the Singing Nun was also very popular. I guess those two movies influenced me to be a teacher, a singer, and a nun. The Bible tells us that if we run to God, He will do mighty things for us. If we keep our eyes on the Lord and make Him first in our lives, He will trample down our foes and ensure that we are winners in this life. Is God your superhero? Prayer. Lord, help me to always run and look up to You. Reflection. Why is self-reliance not as good as relying on God? Because primarily we are limited and God is unlimited. He has all power, all might, and all knowing, and all giving, and all loving, and we're not. We are incomplete without God. So if we rely on ourselves, which I did many years, I relied on myself, and then I relied and performed and pleased people, it becomes very tiring in the end, and I got into so much sickness physically. It manifested in my physical body, what all this stress that I was putting on myself with, because I was not doing it with God. I was relying only on myself, thinking that I am doing things on my own. We were made for God. So when we do things on our own, it doesn't work. Our design is for us to depend on Him. So if we don't, what happens is like we are actually not fulfilling what He has planned for us. So I invite you to focus on learning to remember. Remember when you were a kid that you didn't know anything, you can't walk, and you always held your parents' hand, you relied on them because they are there to help you, and so is God. So thanks for watching, and I hope that you will rely more on God and be less independent of Him, because He wants you to depend on Him in everything. Have a wonderful day. God loves you, and so do I.